Good, and wherever you are, if you want to just take a moment to find your seat and drop the sit bones down into the earth. Just bring the hands to the heart, cross one hand over the other, lifting up through the crown of your head. Just feeling the heart beating as the sit bones drop down into the earth. So we'll just start here with the breath, lifting up from the sit bones all the way up to the crown. The exhale, water falling down the front line of your body. 2 more breaths like that. Breathing up from the sit bones up to the crown of your head. And then down, flushing the body with the exhale. Last breath, cleansing breath. Breathing up to the crown of your head. Good, and then exhale. Flushing it down the body, back to the earth. Just bringing the hands to our heart center, bowing in. And we'll start here with the sacred sound of Om, setting the intention for our practice today, for healing, nourishment, connection. Take a deep breath in. Om. Gently releasing the hands. You can bring them behind you. And we'll just take fingertips on the ground, letting the shoulders roll back, opening the heart and chest. And you might just shake the head a little bit from side to side as that front line gets more spaciousness. Coming gently back to your center. Let's come on to the hands and the knees. So find the hands and just place all 5 fingers down equally onto the floor and the knees behind you. Coming into this tabletop position, we'll move into our cat-cow. So inhaling, opening the heart and chest. And then exhale, curling it in, looking towards the belly. 2 more like this. Rhythmic breath as you inhale, opening the heart and chest. And then exhale, gazing towards the belly. Good, one more time. Inhaling, opening the heart. And exhale, gazing towards the belly. On your exhale, tuck the toes, keep the knees bent, and walk the feet forward, clasping the elbows, and then shake out the head and neck. Let the neck be long and released. We'll take one more sigh together, breathing in. Palms come together, inhaling up the midline and all the way back up to standing. Good. Once you come back to your standing position, just find the feet so that they're hips length apart. And then we'll take the hands and start rotating the hands around the torso. So just starting to get more fluidity through the body. You can start to feel some loosening of the spine as you rotate the hands around the torso. Coming up now towards the rib cage, so a little bit higher, exploring that movement of the spine. And then we're going to take this all the way up to the shoulders. So just let that happen naturally here as we move, tapping out the traps. So with these movements, I really encourage you to just release the breath. Sigh it out, letting go of the action of your day. So letting go of all of the responsibilities any of the stressors. See if you can consciously let that go with your movement. Good, taking that down to the rib cage and then back to the belly. Good, slowing it down. Good, once you get here, come into a little bit of shaking. So your feet can be stable on the floor, or you can even take the feet off the floor if you want. Depends on how active you want this practice to be. But this is a super, super good way to release energy through the body, shaking out the wrists from all of the activity on the computer of your day. Open the jaw, and just let that go. So you might take it a little bit more active here. And then the last option is to even take it up above the head. Good, final 10 seconds here. Good, and then release. Soften the knees, soften the jaw. Just feeling the impact of that through your whole system. Front line of the body, back line of the body. And you can gently open the eyes, and then we'll start to tap out the body. So starting here on the chest and the sternum, let's go over to one side and get into the lung area here. So lung 1, lung 2, this area tends to hold a lot of grief, tension, sadness. Really important area to just work out. You can take it into fists or fingers, whatever feels good for you. Encourage you again just to let it out through your mouth. Big sigh. And then we'll come down the inner arm line. So just tapping that out with the pounding. All the way out through the hand. Coming to the other side. And again, pounding it up. Really get nice positioning around the elbow. You can bend the elbow too. So a lot of acupressure points all around that elbow. And then coming up the arm, back to the traps, and across to the other side. Oh, feels so good. So definitely make sure you're getting right into this lung point area, pounding it out. You can open and release the jaw. Good, and then we'll come down the inner arm. And then up that outer arm. Getting all around that elbow point. Good, and then up towards the traps. You can slap it there. Back to the midline. So let's come down the midline into the belly. So Grand Central Station, all of the emotions, everything that we digest has to be worked out through the belly. So emotional, physical, everything. Let's work it out by pounding out the belly. And then getting right into that bikini line area, pounding out through this area, down the thighs. And this time, let's just go inner line, so you can widen out the legs, come down the inner leg lines. Good, and then up the outer leg lines. Into the glutes, getting all around that pelvic ridge. And if you can reach, just take those hands up to the low back, mid back even, if you can reach there. Letting it out with your breath, any sighs. And then this time we're gonna go down the back line of the leg. So this is the bladder meridian, water line of the body. Tap it out all the way down. Good, and then once you get here, just clasp the elbows And then shake out the head and neck. Again, palms come together, slowly rolling up towards standing. Good. And from here, we'll just do some rotations for the major joints of the body. So let's start here by bringing the top part of our foot behind us and down onto the ground. And taking some circles here. You can put the hands on the hips. You'll hear that popping, so that's just normal. Just let that movement go. That's just the Vata energy dissipating as you make a rotation in one direction and then the other direction. So it's a little bit of a balance pose. You can find your drishti, your focus point, perhaps ahead of you. Just find something to focus on. Good, and then we'll switch the feet. So bringing the bottom of the foot to the earth and then taking that rotation. Again, find your drishti. Just see how your body is doing that balance work as you take the rotation in one direction and then the other. Beautiful. Good, bringing that foot back to center. Let's take the hands and then just bring them down the thighs so that they're on top of the knees, and we'll start to rotate the knees. So you can bring the hands in between the knees if it makes it a little bit more comfortable, whatever works for you today. And then just noticing that relationship between the bones of your feet all the way up through the shins, the knees, even up to the hips. Good, other direction. For these kinds of poses, you can close down the eyes so that you stay inside, just feeling your inner experience. Beautiful, rolling back up. Good. Let's take the hands to the shoulders and then bring some movement into the shoulders, front line of the body. If it's comfortable to have the hands on the shoulders, that'll just help increase the stretch as you open up the shoulder joints. If that's too much, you can just take the hands by the side and find that circular rhythmic movement. See if you can open and release the jaw by opening the mouth. Other direction. Beautiful. Good, and then lastly, let's take the fingers together interlaced, and then we'll take this nice circular movement. So really getting into that infinity, 8, one direction, and then the other. Good. Again, just letting the body do what it needs to do. So if the mouth needs to open to release the jaw, do that. Trusting the intelligence of your body. And then press the hands forward, roll the shoulders down. Let's lift the hands up towards the sky. Good. And from here, we'll take one foot behind the other and twist over to the side. So wherever you are, feeling the side stretch through your body. Good. Connecting to the breath, connecting to the opening of the side body. And then inhale, coming back to center. Let's go the other direction. Foot comes behind, and then stretching side body. You can gently press through the hands so we're not overdoing it. In our Qi Yoga practice here, we're balancing the energy of Qigong and yoga. So it's a balanced and energetic practice. And inhaling, coming back to center. Good, releasing the hands. Beautiful. And from here, we'll just come to the top of your mat. So wherever you are, you can just bring yourself to the top of your mat. Let's bring the hands, palms together at your heart center. Soft bend in the knees. Inhale, lift the hands up towards the sky. Good, exhale, forward fold. Let the head dangle Beautiful. From here, let's bring that right foot back and coming into our high lunge. So first here, just getting a nice position of strength with the fingers pressing into the earth. When you're ready, you're going to drop that back heel to the earth and then take the hands, inhale, tracing up the leg. Good. Hands come to the waist and just find your stable pose. Stable through the legs, the hips. Good. Hands come together in front of the belly. And let's inhale, lift the arms up towards the sky. And then exhale down the midline. So we're pulling heaven down to earth as we lift our arms up towards the sky. You can gaze towards the hands if that's comfortable. The exhale is going to take you down. And the inhale is going to lift you up towards the sky. Beautiful. Exhaling down the center line. Hands come to the hips. Let's take the hands and trace down the leg. Hands to the floor. Bring the foot back and hold yourself here in plank position. So building up the fire energy of your body, the tapas, that willpower. And then bring the knees down to the earth, slowly releasing down and into your first cobra pose. Beautiful. From here, pressing yourself back. Let's come into a child's pose. Resting the forehead onto the mat. Let yourself go inside and just take 2 deep breaths here. Beautiful. Pressing yourself up, tuck the toes, and push yourself back to a downward facing dog. Shake out the head and neck. Good, and then as you're ready, let's walk the feet all the way up to the top of your mat. Clasp opposite elbow. And then inhale, up the midline, back to standing. Close down the eyes, find your center. Just feel that grounded energy of the feet dropping into the earth like roots. Beautiful. As you're ready, inhale, lift the arms up towards the sky. Exhaling, forward folding. And then bring the left foot back this time. High lunge. Once again, the fingertips are on the floor. We're finding our stability through the hips, through the legs. Little micro movements, shifting forwards and back. Drop that back heel into the earth. And then take the hands, trace them up the leg, up to your hips. Good. Settling in, settling in. Hands come in front of the belly. Let's inhale, lift the arms towards the sky. And exhale, bringing it down to the earth. 2 more times like this. Inhaling, expanding. And the exhale calls that energy back to the earth. One more time. Inhaling. And exhaling. Beautiful. The hands trace down the leg, either side of the foot. Let's press that foot back and push ourselves into a downward facing dog. Shake out the head and the neck. Let's take 2 full breaths here. Lifting the hips towards the sky, pressing evenly through the fingers. And on the bottom of your next exhale, bend the knees and walk your feet all the way up to the top of your mat. Clasp opposite elbows, shake out the head. Palms come together, inhaling all the way back up to standing. Beautiful, bend the knees. And let's open it up wide into our warrior two. So just finding your balance. You can check out your hand, your leg, your back leg. Make sure everything feels balanced for you today. That top arm and the back arm are even with each other. Take a deep breath in, and on your exhale, bending that front knee. You might gaze over the middle finger, finding your drishti. And then I want you to play with the energy of water. So just allowing the hands to flow up and down. See if you can find some freedom within the stability. Beautiful. Coming back to your stable pose. Good. We'll turn the hand up towards the sky and use the inhale to just come into this side stretch. So it's a circular movement, like you're holding a big ball. Beautiful. The exhale is taking you back into your warrior two pose. And then the inhale is bringing you into the spiral. So going at your own pace here. The exhale takes you back into your length. And the inhale takes you into your spiral. Good, last time that you're in the pose, let's take the back arm to back leg, and then opening up here into peaceful warrior. Good, deepening into your pose, and extending through that top arm. Good. Close down the eyes. Just find your inner strength, your inner stability. Beautiful. And the inhale, waterfalls the arms back, straightening the leg. And then taking those feet parallel, one with the other. Bring the hands to the hips, bend the knees, deep breath in, open heart and chest. The exhale is going to take you forward. Beautiful. Hands can come down to the mat. And then you can either shake out the head, or if the head comes down to the mat, just allow that lengthening to happen through the hamstrings, the back line of the legs. Returning to the breath. And as you're ready, hands come back to the hips, bend the knees, inhaling all the way back up to standing. Let's go to the other side now. So finding your warrior two pose, coming into your stable position, and then we'll take the hands out into a T. As you're ready, take a deep breath in, and then exhale, coming into a comfortable bend of that front knee. And then we'll start this gentle wave motion of the hands. So we're calling in that chi energy through the arms, as the legs give us that stability and strength. Good, finding that extension now through the arms. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in, extending a little bit more deeply. And then the next inhale takes us into our spiral. So upper arm spiraling over the head, lower arm towards the belly. The exhale takes us back to length. And the inhale takes us back to the spiral. Moving at your own pace with your breath. No rushing. Staying with that fluid movement. The next time you're here, we'll go into our peaceful warrior. So using the inhale, back hand to back leg, inhaling, opening through the side body. See if you can bend a little bit more deeply through that bent knee. Opening the jaw to release. Beautiful. Opening back up to your warrior two pose. Let's straighten the legs, pointing the feet forward, hands on the hips. Inhale, open heart and chest. Beautiful. And then exhaling, water falling back down. This time in our forward fold, we're going to come into a spinal twist. So let's put the right hand down into the center of the mat. The left hand is going to lift up towards the sky. So just making sure that the hips are parallel one with the other. And if I came by, I could put a teacup right on your sacrum. Beautiful. The exhale brings you back down. Left hand to the mat. Right hand lifts up towards the sky. Simple spinal twist. Lovely. And then the exhale brings you back down. Good. From here, walking the feet slightly closer together. And then bending the knees, coming down into our malasana. So palms together. Just noticing the power of our practice so far in your body. What areas feel more alive and open, connected. Beautiful. And then from here, hands down to the mat. Let's bring the knees down as well. And we're going to take the feet and fold them one over the other. So I'm going to come really close so you can see what that looks like. You're going to fold one foot right over the other, and this is going to be a really deep pressure point for your foot. So the top of your foot is going to press down into the bottom foot. And find your way with it. Try to find the point that's the most effective for you today. You're going to know because you're going to really feel it. And then once you get here, you can come back into this settled position. If it's too much, you can always keep the hands up. But if you can, bring the hips down. And then we'll take eagle arms. So eagle arms, we'll bring one arm on top of the other. Good. And then we'll just let the elbows come over to one side and drop the head towards that side. So we're getting a nice adjustment here for the neck as well. Kind of takes our attention off of the intensity of that footwork. Beautiful. One more breath here. Take a deep breath in. And coming back to your center. Good. Releasing the arms. Good, and then let's lift the feet up, shake it up, and other side. So see if you can find that best point for your foot today. You might say, oh, not right there, let's make an adjustment. So just keep finding your way with it. Good, you'll know it when it feels right. And then let's shift to the other side. So eagle arms, switching the direction of the hands. And then bring the elbows over to one side. And the head can just drop towards that same direction. You can feel the opening through the neck. Close down the eyes and just tuning into your internal experience. We'll take a sigh together. Deep breath in. Good, gently releasing the arms, letting the head come back to neutral. Beautiful. Next position we're going to do is really good for the belly. So we're going to take one hand over the other. So you can take a fist if you want, and then one hand over, and then just bring that right into the belly area. We're going to slowly fold onto our hands. Now, if it's too much, you can stay right here. If you want to go a little further, just come on down to whatever feels right for you today. You might even bring your head all the way down. Once you get here, you probably will start to feel the pulse through your hands. Just stay there. See if you can breathe through the intensity. And if it's ever too much, again, just coming out of that pose. And inhaling slowly, coming up. And then let's bring that hand up a little bit higher. Good. You might even just do a little massage here to get it warmed up and ready. Deep breath in. And then exhaling, folding into it. So we all have different areas of the body that are tighter, that resist more, and it's our opportunity to bring awareness to these areas, bring the breath, and see what can shift just with those two things. Good. One more breath here. And then slowly inhaling, coming back up to your center. Good. So the last massage piece we're going to do here is going to be for the bladder line, so that central line of your calf, right? So this line here, it tends to get really bound up. And so we're going to use our body here to work that out. So I'm going to take one knee and I'm going to bring it right into that central line, kind of like an inch or so behind my knee. And I'm going to press my knee softly, it doesn't really need to be that hard, right into the point. So again, just find what works for you. You can calibrate so that you're getting the optimal pressure. It's your body. Beautiful. Inhaling, coming out, and let's go down to the middle of the calf now. So we're going to take 3 points all together. So using the exhale to drop the weight down right into the center of your calf. Ah, feels so good. Drop the weight down, letting it go. Using the inhale to come up. And then last point, dropping the weight down into that lower calf muscle. Encouraging you here to just sigh it out, let it go. Use the inhale to come up. And the very last point here we're going to do is working on our foot. So finding the the arch of your foot, and then just taking the knee right into the arch of your foot. If your wrists are getting sore, come onto your fists. Or you might even come onto your forearms. I kind of like forearms here, because then you can lift that foot up again. And then just rock from side to side, working out the bottom of your foot. Good. One more breath. And releasing. Beautiful. Coming back onto all fours. And let's just go for the other side here. So again, just starting off right behind the knee, about an inch down or so. And we can just drop the weight down. So as much as possible, we just try to make this self-massage as effortless as possible. How can we let the body unwind? And then bringing that knee down halfway. Oh, wow. I'm just noticing how different it might be from side to side. You can see I'm doing a little bit of movement of my foot up and down. That just does a micro adjustment on the pressure point. Good, let's come down now to the lower part of your calf. So whatever is good for you, just find that. So we're really working with intuition here. What does the body need? What does it want? Listening. Oh. Beautiful. And then the last point, all the way down to the foot. So finding the arch of the foot and drop the weight down. Again, you can come onto your forearms here. Yeah, that feels the easiest. And then just moving that foot so that you get the movement you want, the placement you want. You can even just rock from side to side. Yeah. And then slowly coming back out. Whew. Good. Just come back to your center, close down the eyes for a moment, and tune into the effect of that self-massage, touching yourself, and how healing that can be, or what that brought up for you. And then we'll just come back onto our mats, cross the legs, and let's slowly roll down vertebra by vertebra onto our backs. Good. From here, let's just take that right leg, place the foot on top of the knee, and we'll take the hands either behind the hamstring or in front of the shin. Once you get your position, I want you to actually press your leg into your hands. Okay, so press the leg into the hands, and then I want you to rock from side to side. So we're working out the sacral area of the body by rocking from side to side. Good, and then the next pose is to just pull that leg towards you now. So we're getting a nice hip stretch. Again, sighing is encouraged. Just letting go of what you no longer need. Beautiful, and then slowly releasing that foot back down to the earth. And we'll move over to the other side. Left foot on top of right knee. Hands come behind the hamstring or in front of the shin. Wherever you're comfortable, press that leg into your hands, and then we'll rock from side to side. So again, hands are interlaced. So you have that traction. Rocking out the low back, sacrum. And then let's pull it in. So pull the leg in. Feeling the depth of the stretch. And just always remembering that you have control as to how deep you'd like to go today. As you breathe into the points of sensation here, and you bring some more fluidity and acceptance into the hips. And slowly releasing that foot down. Both feet on the mat. We'll come into a little bit of rhythmic movement here with our bridge pose. So hands can start by your side, knees are pointed towards the sky, feet are pressed into the earth. Let's inhale, lift the hips, lift the arms, and bring the arms behind you as you come all the way up to your full opening. The exhale is going to bring the hips down and the arms are going to come down with you. Just following the breath here. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, inhale, lifting towards the sky. And then exhale, letting it all go. Back to the earth. One more time, slow as you can. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Gently taking the feet off the floor. Let's find the outer edges of our feet. Coming into happy baby pose and rocking from side to side. Seeing if you can iron out the back body. And as we come to this part of the practice, just letting go of the action of our asana practice. Settling into this receptive state, innocent state of a baby. Beautiful, gently releasing the feet down to the earth. The arms are just going to rest by your side. You're going to lengthen one leg and then the other. Letting the whole body release into the support of the earth. Just tuning into the bottoms of your feet. Allowing the feet to be easeful, relaxed. Bringing awareness into the knees. Just noticing the sensations there. Slowly moving up to the hips and bringing your awareness to the hips. Moving up to the heart and the lungs. Finding the breath, feeling the blood flow. And then moving up to the throat, the shoulders. Noticing the sensations there. Gently moving down to the elbows. Bringing your awareness here. And then down to the wrists and fingers. Slowly returning up to the face. Coming to the jaw and the mouth. Bringing your awareness here. Moving up to the nose, the cheekbones. Up to the eye sockets and the forehead. Coming to your ears, back of the head, and all the way to the crown of your head. Gently feeling the connection from the feet all the way to the crown. And then letting go of any attention as being here, supported by the earth. And gently bring one knee and then the other. And just rock the knees from side to side. Rolling over to your side. Coming into a fetal position. And as you're in this fetal position, just noticing if there's anything you'd like to take away from this practice today. And gently pressing yourself up, keeping your neck relaxed as you press yourself back up to a seated position. And we'll come into our final seated position here. Hands can rest either palms up or palms down. Close down the eyes, lifting up through the crown of your head. Just feel the breath spiraling through your body. The inhale lifting up from the sit bones, up the spine to the crown of your head. And the exhale flushing down the front line back to the earth. Bring the palms together at your heart center. And we'll finish our practice with the sacred sound of Om, sealing in our intentions, giving gratitude for all of the elements, all of the teachers that brought us to this moment. And let's take a deep breath in. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bowing in. Thank you so much for your practice today. Namaste.